So last night I started work on building some new wall panelling that's going to go in the dining room, and we're filming it with Chateau DIY. So it's a really good fun project because the dining room is like right at the heart of the house. It's both right in the middle of the house, but also it's where everyone will come together, and hopefully families will be able to have loads of amazing memories and meals around the table there. So we want it to be stunning. So we've got grand plans. We're going to go for a sort of, don't know, a private members club vibe, or a bit like a captain's private quarters on a ship. So lots of exposed wood, but stained dark, so kind of dark oaky colours. And yeah, I think it should look really good when it's finished. And we've already stripped all of the paint off the wood on the old original panelling, and now I'm just trying to make some panelling to match it on the other side of the wall. We'll have to paint it because it's not old pine like on the other side, and wood is so expensive at the moment, so I'm just using plywood, but making good progress. Last night I started cutting the main bit of it, which is basically going to be the surrounds, and then today I just need to make one last piece, which I'll be doing with Chateau DIY, and then we've got to cut all of the wooden mouldings that will go around the insides of the holes that I've cut into the frame. So yeah, it should be an interesting project. Right, so now we've finished making the panelling. It's just a case of making the wooden mouldings to go on the inside.
So I've just finished painting the alcove, and I've done it in a gloss paint, which I've never done before, but I just thought it'd be quite nice to have, like, if candles are in the alcove, like the light reflecting and just a hint of reflection. And I love it now. It's really beautiful. It goes really well with it will go really well with the rest of the colour in this room. And yeah, I think it's amazing. And it goes so well as well with this dark wood stain that we've put on, which is from Mylands. It's dark oak stain. And then we varnished on top with just a basic satin varnish, so it's not too glossy. So you've got the gloss in there, the satin finish here, the dark wood, the pink, and I think it looks really, really good. So very exciting. I'm just about to finally paint the dining room, and we're doing it in a colour called Egerton Place, which is from Mylands, of course, and it's an unusual colour. It's not one I'd normally choose, but it's like a plaster, it's like a dusky pink, kind of mushroomy, earthy tone, and can't wait to get it on. It's going to be a big job. There's lots and lots of stuff to do in there. There's like intricate panelling, there's cutting in, there's pipe work. So anyway, let's get started. So, my question is, I'm going to do those two purple, but where do I stop from here? Do I just do those purple as well? So, Chateau DIY have just left. It's about 8 o'clock and the paint's looking incredible. It's looking really, really good. It's like better than I thought, and the coverage is amazing, but I need a glass of wine. I'm exhausted and I'm gonna have to paint through the night until I finish, because they're gonna come back tomorrow morning at 8:30. So, good job I enjoy painting and I enjoy a drink. Finished all of the Egerton Place, which is the colour of paint, and then we discovered these secret shutters, which are lovely, but there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Anyway, there's a lot of yellow still to paint. But a nice surprise nonetheless. So I have finished. I painted through the night and most of today. Honestly, I've never painted so much. It's not a massive room, it's just all really fiddly stuff, which I kind of hate, but I'm in love with the colour, I'm in love with the look, I'm in love with everything. I'm completely in love with it, and what's amazing is it all changes in different lights. You probably can't see, but I'll try and show you in different lights as well, but it all just completely changes colour depending on the time of day.
We are making so much progress in this room. There's basically just a couple more things that we need to do now. Before Chateau DIY come tomorrow, we are just sanding down the new wiring that the electricians have put in. We were hoping they could finish the job, but they weren't able to, so it's going to be a late one tonight. Once we've sanded it, it's just painting it, conceal all of the evidence, and then tomorrow, we're going to put up a mural on the ceiling and an amazing chandelier.
So I am just unpacking the new chandelier for the dining room, which is very exciting. Having done this before, I know it could take some time, so I'm settling down with a glass of wine, naturally, a nice chablis, and we're going to get cracking, and we need to have it ready before the film crew arrive tomorrow for our final reveal of the dining room. So let's cut to a montage. This is a cloud study painted in 1822 by someone called John Constable, and I love it. It literally reminds me of the Normandy sunsets you see through the window in the dining room. So the idea is to have this blown up and put on the ceiling. So it's going to be bold, ambitious, it's a bit of a risk, but hopefully it will work. It's probably going to be the boldest, most ambitious project in the Chateau, I think. And it's high risk, it might not work, it might be too much, but we thought we'd just go for it. And I love it. And luckily a friend of a friend owns a printing company in the UK, and they very generously said they would blow it up, use a bit of AI and make it so we could have it on the ceiling. The challenge with this is it's going to be upside down on the ceiling, 2 meters up, and gravity is going to be working against us. So it will be a challenge, definitely a two-handed job, two-handed job. Definitely a two-person job. But I think we do it. I think we've progressed to that level now. I think we can do it. We have just finished wallpapering the ceiling, which was quite the job. It was like half a day's work in the end.
Yeah, it's
For 4 panels.
really hard work. I think just holding your hands above your head for, well, it was hours, wasn't it? Like
Yeah.
4 hours, 5 hours, something like that.
And then pushing the paper back while trying to hold up the roll. It was very tricky.
Trying to get all of the lines to line up. Yeah, it's very hard, but it looks amazing. It's really, really nice.
It does look incredible. So I'm going to try not to keep looking at the ceiling when I'm talking to you. I was a bit worried you could see some of the seams where we couldn't quite join them properly or the paper wasn't quite lining up. But I think once the chandelier's up in the middle here and the lighting is low and it's beautiful, I think it'll be fine.
Oh, yeah, no, it's
The
absolutely
overall
fine.
feel is so beautiful.
So nice. Yeah.
It was our
So-
biggest, boldest choice yet.
Yeah, it's basically a work of art on the ceiling. What's better than that? So it's amazing what progression signage have done, really. It's just such a beautiful print of this Turner artwork. What's the actual, do you know the name of the artwork?
Oh, I can't remember, something like a cloud study or something.
I'll put it down below. I'll make a little pop-up.
But yeah, I saw it and I was like, God, that looks like the Normandy sunsets we have, and they've managed to blow it up, use a bit of AI and make it better.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It's incredible.
Really, really
So
beautiful.
thank you very much to you guys.
Yeah.
And I loved I had this on the box. I'll put a picture in a minute. It said, "Oh, what a feeling." I'm not going to sing it. What a feeling. TV papering on the ceiling, or
something like that.
Brilliant. I even did it when we were filming, and I just had a little giggle to myself.
Yeah, it's a very cute touch, and everything was beautifully wrapped as well. So thank you guys.
Thank you, much appreciated.
Yeah. So next we just got to we've got to trim the wallpaper around the edges, because at the moment it's overlapping a little bit, because we ordered it a little bit large just in case we made a mess. And then it's just starting to get the room ready, isn't it?
Chandelier up, next big job.
Chandelier, sconces on the wall.
Manchester room, my favourite part. So excited to get it done. Tomorrow it'll be finished.
Yeah, right. Well, I guess you guys will get that straight away.
Let me you wait there, and I'm just gonna give you a sunset.
Look at that sunset. Or is that's more dusk, I'd say. We've got like one of those lamps that you can change the light to make it warmer or darker, so it's like I'm literally going from 9 in the morning till 10 at night and back again.
Hello.
Right, we are in the dining room, which we finished at last.
Ooh, what a job it was. It was amazing. It was so much fun.
Yeah, we still got our clobber on, but it was a good fun project, actually. I thought I quite enjoyed this one. We basically were going for a ship, sort of gentleman's club type vibe, weren't we?
Yeah.
You had like quite a specific brief.
Yeah, I kind of imagined like a captain ship, like the dining room on a captain ship. We took a little visit to Rouen. No, we didn't. We took a little visit to Honfleur to look at the really old wooden church there for some inspiration, because it was built by shipbuilders and they've got this beautiful old wood and blah, blah, blah. So we got some inspo there, and we did the panelling.
The panelling I quite enjoyed, but originally, we just wanted to kind of really have them jump out of the wall. So I basically used like plywood and cut little holes out of a big sheet of plywood or 2 big sheets of plywood, and then cut sort of small little bits to go inside, and then use little bits of wooden moulding to go around the sides. But blimey, when we were doing it, I sort of cut them all very carefully and then marked them up. But yeah, I'd marked them up, and then we stuck the panel to the wall. And then when we had to put in the little mouldings, we obviously, the actual writing of which ones went where was on the back. So
yeah, it was a nightmare. It was like trying to find, it was like the biggest jigsaw puzzle ever.
Yeah.
But we got there. We originally were going to stain them the same colour as the panelling on the opposite side. That panelling, you can see by Tony behind him. But then we realised because it was plywood, it just didn't stain in the same way. And to get it exactly the same, it would have taken a lot of work. We would have probably had to use way more expensive wood as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think using ply, it was always gonna. I think like painting was the safer option, really. But also I did like a really nice little dado rail, which I think really adds a bit of class to the room. And we had these beautiful light fittings from the lighting company. So this chandelier, which they very kindly gifted to us, is just stunning and works in the dining room so well. And they also gave us the sconces on the wall, which it's great because it's kind of like a bit of a balance between a bit of modern, but also quite traditional too. So I think it works really well.
And they go really well with the chandelier they very kindly gave us a couple of years ago in the orangery. They're very similar kind of styles.
Yeah.
Almost slightly deco-y, but this chandelier less deco-y and just stunning.
Yeah.
And we deliberately hung it lower because it's a dining room, so
yeah. We're not going to be dancing under there.
No.
Yet.
Not yet. But the best thing about the chandelier, I have to say, is it lights up the
ceiling
wallpaper mural.
Oh God, that was a nightmare to do, but looks so good now we've done it.
It's really hard when you're eating dinner not to just like listen to the person, then you kind of go...
Sort of staring up at the ceiling.
Yeah, it's stunning. And so you can change, and because the chandelier is dimmable, if you change it, you can kind of get sunset, sunrise, dusk, depending on what you want. It's just stunning. And it literally, the ceiling wallpaper looks like the sunsets we see out of that window.
And yeah, we literally spent ages looking for, I don't know, a picture that had the right thing, because we didn't want sort of, a lot of ceiling murals are a bit sort of twee, like
or
cherubs.
or their photo of the clouds, which wouldn't be right.
Yeah,
It's
so
a fine balance.
we wanted something that felt artistic and like a painting, but not too kind of over the top and Baroque style. Yeah, not neoclassical. So we found this one, which was it Constable?
Yeah, no. Yes, it was.
It was Constable. John Constable. And it was painted around the same time the chateau was built, so it sort of fits in. Obviously, he was an English painter, so probably wasn't in France, but the picture matches the sunsets we get around here perfectly.
So huge, massive thanks. It was actually Progression Signage who, a friend of ours reached out and said, if you ever need anything for the chateau, let us know. And we're like, actually, we need some wallpaper for a ceiling.
Yeah, Progression Signage were incredible. They were using like AI to improve the quality of the picture so the resolution wasn't lost. They sort of gave us choices on whether to go lengthways or widthways, which thankfully we did, because it was very hard work. But it was so hard, wasn't it? It was like our shoulders,
by the end of the
arms.
day.
Yeah, 3 days. 3 days I think it took to recover.
But worth it. Stunning. It's really hard when you're like having dinner not to kind of go like looking up.
And then the paint on the walls. So we also found, again from Mylands, because we've used a lot of Mylands paints, and again they've very kindly provided us this paint called Egerton Place on the walls, which it's incredible. It's sort of got it's like a kind of a brown, but it's got tones of pink, and it's sort of different in every different shade,
it really
isn't it?
changes. It's not a colour we would normally choose, I don't think. But it goes really well with the wood panel. It goes really well with the ceiling wallpaper. And then the alcove was a different colour. We could have just painted it the same colour, but we decided to have a bit of difference. And for the first time ever, we used a satin paint, because we normally go like really matte, don't we? Like for the depth, we'd have that. But this one, we're like, let's try something different. And so the idea was it would reflect candle lights up there and reflect the sunlight and bounce it all around the room.
It does. It really does.
It does, yeah.
Yeah. It kind of it echoes a bit of the pink into the room, so it really sort of helps the room pick up some of the pink tones that you get in the sunsets.
Yeah, but I have to be honest, like normally when I choose a colour I'm like 100% got it, but this one I was like
I love it. I really like it. I think it looks great.
Yeah, it took me a couple of months, but I do love it. It's nice.
And then the pictures.
Oh yeah,
the pictures were great. So we bought this. Where did you buy it?
Brocante Patenoire is that one.
Incredible.
Well, the middle one.
Yeah. And then...
it was just in a pine basic frame, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was so ugly. So I think I cut some wooden moulding to go inside to try and jazz it up a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And Chris stained it the same colour as the...
I forgot that.
Yeah.
So that bit there was the frame originally, like a pine, untreated, and then Jodie added these bits.
Yeah, it would have looked really weird without it.
Really weird.
So, but yeah, you stained it the same colour as the doors.
Yeah, so. And which is also the same colour as the floor, so there's lots of tie-in.
Yeah, I think it works really well. I mean, took a lot of convincing to go so dark, but I think it works really, really well, and it just means that all of the highlighted features really jump out at you in the room. And with the wonderful lights we've got from the lighting company, I mean, we've got plenty of light in here, so it means we can have pretty much any time of the day in the room with the different lights.
That's what I love, because I like dining room atmosphere basically just by candlelight and a very soft glow from side lights and stuff, whereas Jodie likes so it's a good compromise, and then guests can choose what they want as well. So, but the only thing we haven't got and we couldn't find in time was a nice, really old kind of dark wood dining table. Like a really big one, almost like mahogany.
Yeah, we'd probably want it to be about 2 meters longer.
Yeah, basically it needs to seat 16 people, so it's quite a big one.
Yeah.
Really hard to find.
Very hard to find.
I think I might have another project for you to try and make one, and I'll try and stain it the same colour, and we'll try and make it look old.
Yeah, I think we can. Yeah, we're getting more and more technical all the time, and I've learnt a lot about warping wood, so I think I kind of know. We'd want to buy the wood months in advance, so it kind of gets used to the environment.
Yeah.
And then I can work on it and fix it all together. But yeah, I'd be quite up for that.
Cool. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah. It's, and if you're in the UK, you might have been able to see the episode on Chateau DIY as well. So if you haven't seen that already, check it out. For other countries, I'm not quite sure when it will be coming out. It's sort of, I think in France it's already out.
France has been, yeah. I think
Yeah.
Australia might have already been. Anyway, you'll find it when you find it. But
it's on the Chateau DIY episodes are on the Peacock streaming service in the US and Australia, I think, and some other countries. But again, the seasons are a bit behind there, so it might not be straight away. But thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I think we'll just give lots of sexy shots of the dining room for the wrap up.
enjoy.
Yeah, enjoy. Have a great evening and cheers. Cheers.